Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. The Hesperus, the sister ship of the Adamastor that we all chased around the galaxy back in November of 2020, has been found. And alongside it, one of those dredges. Now, we haven't seen those since Season 3. What's it all about? Now the Hesperus has been found in the Perseus Dark Region KC-V C2-2, which is way on down south of the bubble. So, for my starting location, it's about 1200 light years. Took the carrier on down there, jumped down, made it nice and easy on myself, did some data gathering on the way. And it's asteroid cluster number 1 on the C2 belt. When you jump in, you see the Hesperus and also a dredger alongside it. But it's the Hesperus we're kind of interested in, or you would think. It's had an awful lot of battle damage. You can see it's really been through the mill. Rents open, venting some sort of atmosphere still. It still has power as well after all that time. You can see that because there's antenna rotating. But you can see it really has sort of broken its back and it's buckled in the middle and is massive vents here, there and everywhere. Now, the Hesperus is the topic of this video, but let's not detract away from the Scriveners Dredger that's also alongside. Now, the Scriveners Dredger clan, they have laid claim to the salvage rights of the Hesperus. Now, we haven't seen these dredgers for some time, at least since Season 3 of Elite Dangerous, where they pop up here, there and everywhere. You've got this massive collector at the front sucking in all the detritus and other items and rocks and what have you in an asteroid field, getting all the materials and minerals from them. But again, it's salvage, right? So they've laid a claim to this huge hulk of a Lowell Class Science Vessel, which is the Hesperus, and all that comes with it. Flying around the front, you can see these mechanical teeth inside the dredger grinding away. You can see all particles coming in, which is a really nice effect. Don't get too close either and leave your ship unattended. It will get sucked into that dredger and you'll be soon looking at the rebuy screen. So the Hesperus was the sister ship of the Adamastor, and we all got jumping around all around that back in November of 2020. It was hijacked by Pharmasapien sleeper agents among the crew, but was discovered by this dredger on April the 8th, 3307, causing it to automatically transmit an emergency signal which was picked up by nearby comms beacons and relayed to other beacons aboard the Adamastor. That's how everybody knew something had been found. Now, the Hesperus didn't disappear straight away. It disappeared 2 years after the Adamastor disappeared. Now, there are logs as well, and according to the decrypted logs recovered from the Hesperus in 3113, the vessel embarked on an expedition in search of non-human artifacts somewhere in the vicinity of the Perseus Dark Region. So what are we going to find down here then in the Perseus Dark Region? That's the question. When the Hesperus arrived in the Perseus Dark Region, sleeper agents seized control of the ship and then confined and massacred the crew. Not very nice, was it? So some employees avoided the massacre and they hid in the megaship's depths. Now, all this backstory is all well and good. However, as mentioned, on April the 8th, 3307, the Alliance Salvage Guild reported that an undeployed comms beacon on the Adamastor had been automatically activated and was receiving and broadcasting, or rebroadcasting, an encoded long-range signal. An individual calling himself Salvation contacted commanders in the vicinity of the Adamastor and asked them to investigate, sending them the access code needed to encrypt or decrypt the signal. Now, while obviously the Scriveners, they're a salvage crew, they've gone in there and they've removed any items of value from the Hesperus, there are still a few items that can be picked up if you've got some limpets as well. A couple of canisters that if you've got collector limpets or you want to fly around and do it the old-fashioned way, you can start picking up some items around the Hesperus hull. There are some up logs as well, some uplink logs. There's 4 of those. And once you've done all of that, then you will be contacted by a representative of a miner faction from the Tartarus Mining Ventures group, which have been hired by Salvation to accept delivery of the logs. And you've got to get yourself up to Hind Mine in the Totori section, and you will get rewarded with 2 million credits. However, right, you can have 2 million credits or 10 units of void opals, depending on what you want really. I went for the void opals, don't ask me why, but I did. The first 10 people that delivered the logs to Tatari and Hind Mine would get 100 million credits. So now Frontier Developments are putting a time limit on when these things can be done, really, if you want to get the maximum payout. The Tartarus Mining Ventures message also mentions that Salvation would reach out again when the next stage is ready. So what is this next stage? We've gone all the way down to the Perseus Dark Region. We've seen the Hesperus, we've seen the Scriveners Dredger. We've got the logs. We've flown back up a good 500, 600 light years up to Hind Mine in the Tatari section. Handed that in, got our money. If you were lucky enough, you had 10 million. If not, 2 million's not bad for going down there and seeing this in-game event. And it's given us a good little bit of backstory. So the Adamastor mystery and the mystery of these two ships are ongoing. So really the timeline is this. 2 detectives from the Lowell Class Investigations Agency examined the background of the Adamastor megaship. Effectively what's happened, it's been there, it's seen a bit of action, right? Everyone can see it's seen a bit of action. Gunnison, one of the investigators, says, "When Wolf and I started this project, we knew this case would come first. We're both protégés of Benjamin Chester, creator of the Lowell Class Archive. He retired years ago, but that old spark kicked in when a ghost ship turned up on his doorstep, this being the Adamastor. A 200-old derelict that drifted in the Chukchan system on autopilot, which is still there. This then gave rise to the beacon, which then pointed everybody down here. Well, getting yourself over to Hind Mine is going to get you those credits, and while you're down there, don't worry about it too much. Just take a good look at the spectacular feast of seeing these dredgers. It's a model we haven't seen for a while, and also take a bit of time to pick up the materials, scan the logs as well, and take a good look around not only the Scriveners ship, but also the Hesperus itself. I've been Ricardos. Thanks very much for watching this brief video on the Hesperus, the sister ship of the Adamastor. Get yourself down there, scan it up. There's going to be a story, no doubt, that will stretch on for many months before Odyssey is finally released, and that's something to look forward to. See you soon.